to trampling and beating 3 women at a concert.
He attacked women. Women. We were just there to see a concert. We were not there to get beat up. We were not there to get hit.
The rapper with the gangster attitude stepped on 2 of the women and punched the 3rd in the face after jumping into the crowd in search of someone who threw a water bottle at him during a surprise concert at this club in May of 2004.
They did nothing to justify or excuse the defendant's actions.
Stated since his earlier run-in with the law as a young man that he is a law-abiding citizen.
That is not the image 50 Cent uses to sell his music, but it will have to be. Judge Robert Coomer accepted Jackson's admission of the facts, gave him a lecture on how this incident would reflect on the rapper's 9-year-old son, and then continued the case for 2 years without a finding. In the meantime, the rapper will have to submit to random drug tests, pay the medical expenses of his victims, pay court costs, undergo anger management treatment, and produce an anti-gun violence public service announcement. Jackson signed off on the deal. Oh my God! And then snuck out of the courthouse through a back door.
What's up, y'all? I had to tap in because 50 Cent and King woke up early this Monday with smoke still on their minds, and it's officially up. King is applying full court pressure and made it clear that when it comes to his mama, Tamika Tiny Harris, he's not backing down at all. Y'all saw the post he threw up. 50 sitting in that courtroom, which all traces back to yesterday's back and forth tied to T.I. rolling out his new album. Tip had just pulled up to $1 million worth of game with Wallow 267 and Gilly the Kid, and you already knew the versus question was coming after weeks of internet chatter. He basically said they had allegedly agreed to the battle at one point, but that 50 switched lanes and doubled back on it. Then 50 went left, posted Tiny on his page, I'm not reposting that, and that's when things escalated fast. Tip responded, clearly heated, basically saying, post what you want, it is what it is. But King? He jumped in and took it somewhere else entirely. He started dissing 50's late mother and even posted the gravesite. And listen, that's where I personally draw the line. It's all over the internet if you want to find it, but I'm not putting that on this platform. Some things just don't sit right with me. Well, 50 Cent saw what King was saying and clapped back with a little jokey meme about him. But today, he doubled down and posted another video, looked like a stream clip, where dudes were clowning Tamika Tiny Harris again. When King caught that, he fired off the video y'all saw earlier and basically said, all you do is apply pressure to women, bring that smoke to me, and let it be known he's just getting started. He made it clear, you keep posting, I'm posting. You keep talking, I'm talking. No breaks. And let's be honest, King got time right now. Love it or hate it, this is the lane he's choosing. No, it wasn't for me. I'm standing on how I was raised. I'm not mocking anybody's deceased parent, and I'm not turning grief into content. If it's me versus you, whether that's 50 or King, I'm not dragging mamas, wives, or kids into it. Keep it between us, especially not on a stage with millions watching and screenshots living forever. But I'll also say this, if I'm King, don't play with my mama either, because that's heart and soul territory. I can't tell 50 how to respond, and I can't tell King how to react. Everybody moves by their own code. Still, posting a gravesite and speaking on someone's deceased mother, that's a whole different level, and we all know how much 50 loved his mom from the stories he shared. Once it goes there, the gloves are officially off, and now it's a grown man game, whether you're ready or not. King is grown, yes, but still young in life like we all once were, and he's choosing to stand on this. At this point, let's be real. The versus was never happening, and now it's definitely dead.
Let's be real. 50 Cent is not stepping into a versus with anybody at this point. And when people bring up that old case, they're talking about the incident years ago where he got hit with a water bottle on stage, jumped into the crowd with his team, and a whole melee broke out. You can probably still find it on YouTube. From what I've read, it ended in a plea-type situation where going to trial could have opened the door to bigger legal trouble, so he agreed to cover medical bills and move on. He's also faced other domestic-related accusations in the past, around a decade ago, involving a former partner, so this isn't the first time his name has been tied to controversy. Now, King's energy is basically, if you go low, I'm going lower. I don't care how deep it gets. And that's the temperature he's at right now. I can't tell that young man how to move. He's grown and gonna stand on whatever he chooses. But for me, I'm never subscribing to that mindset, because even back in elementary school, we all knew bringing up somebody's deceased parent was off limits unless you were ready to fight. You saw what happened when somebody crossed that line. Either fists flew or somebody broke down crying, and it was always ugly. That's why I still move with that same code today. I'm not reposting or amplifying content that mocks someone's deceased parent for clicks. Some things just shouldn't be turned into entertainment, and that's where I stand. Appreciate y'all for watching, and make sure you subscribe to the channel.